hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Bournemouth, it is DAMMO Does England, Season 3 here, first ever episode here with Bournemouth, and our first game in the Premier League is going to be Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. Could not ask for one of the worst, it's one of the worst starts you could get. It's one of the hardest asks to go away to Stamford Bridge in your first game. However, with the signings that has been made here in pre-season, we're currently live on stream. Links in the description below. Come follow us on the stream, of course, as well. It'll be interesting to see how we can go about this season. I'm confident that we're going to beat the drop. The board wants us to finish mid-table. I'm confident we can finish mid-table if we perform to our potential. In terms of season previews, we made a lot of signings. We are, of all the promoted teams, the best team to stay up, but there's a lot of us, 1,001 to win the league. In terms of our starting 11, that's kind of how we're going with. If you can read on there, there's been a few changes. You can definitely see that there is as well. We have made a lot of transfers, and let's get into them. Lots of them I didn't make. There's a few of them that I don't mind in making, but there's also a few on the outs as well. We'll start with the outs. Julian Stanislas, there's 14 mil. Look, the guy's not good enough. Watford wanted to pay for him, who just beat Man United 2-1 on the opening day in the Premier League, who we got next. He's going to be interesting. But there we are. Went out for 14. Liz Mossett never grows into a player. Not really good enough for the level. The club signed a striker called Longo that I never would have signed of the same level, of a championship level. So they brought someone in on a free to get someone out for 12 mil was not bad turnover. Dockel's a really good player. The guy spent 1 year here at Bournemouth, was captain too in that first season, had a really good year. Obviously had a really good year in China as well. But not really up to the standard, I didn't think, of the Premier League. He's not really a winger. Look, the fans love him. I understand that. His pace lets him down. He's old. To get the money that we got for him, I was pretty happy to get him out. He also was unhappy at the club. There's a glitch here at the moment. Even though they got relegated 2 seasons ago and then got promoted, a lot of players are complaining that they've still been relegated from the Premier League, even though they're back in the league. Going to show you Joshua King as a prime example, because I can't sign his contract because he's unhappy. Hopefully once we played a league game, that will kind of go, oh yeah, we're back in the Prem. But anyway, KN there as well, 7 mil for a guy like this is not bad, but as a ball-playing defender in the 4-4-2, we don't play with ball-playing defenders, so it's not the best here. Bowen wanted a new contract. I kind of said to Bowen, I don't want to really give you a new contract because you're championship level, you're 23, I don't think you're ever going to go into your Premier League level. Have that. Bowen was like, all right, not a problem, I want to be transfer listed. Got him out for 6.75. Measure there at Palmer. Look, to get 6 mil for a 32-year-old that I think's not that great is not too bad. Ken Sammer there went out for 2.4. Connor went out. Loaned a couple of people, but on the ins, we have to go through some of these ins. Like Longo's the striker was talking about. I didn't sign him. Had a really good pre-season, to be fair, and is going to be on the bench today because of how well his pre-season was. In saying that, though, the Italian who once upon a time was rated very highly on Football Manager many years ago, is going to be in and around the club, but not really my signing. This signing I was quite happy with, and the club was like, yeah, we've already got pre-arranged people coming in from our old coach planning for the Premier League when we took over. Tonelli was one of them. Tonelli looks sensational, at the level, obviously at that next tier of being quality Premier League is, he's not there, but in that tier of just come up into the Prem, experienced head that knows how to do a job, he's unreal, the Napoli man. 15, 15, 15, very good physically. Our coach reckons that he's a decent, for the championship. I don't believe that. Our scouts reckon that he was a decent Premier League player as well. And, our assistant reckons that he is of a leading player. It's hard to tell. He can do a job. And in our system, I definitely think he can. He played a lot for Napoli over the years, many years. Obviously played a lot at Sampdoria last season, even though he wasn't that great. I think he can make the transition. These guys I didn't sign. Ponce was one of the guys I signed. As you can see from his ability here, my scout said that he was going to be a good Premier League player. Brought him in on a free. He's unhappy at the club because we brought Callum Wilson in. Callum Wilson, for people that were keeping tabs and for people that were in the stream last, and I even mentioned a couple of YouTube episodes back at Arsenal, Wilson went to Chelsea on big money, never played enough, got transfer listed. We brought him back the day after Ponce came in on a free. Ponce came to me and said, even though you've been at the club for 1 day, I'm a first team player here, which you're not, put him on a rotation contract. I want to leave because you're replaced me with Callum Wilson. I told him, get on with it. You're new here. Leading championship player according to our best coach. I feel like he's about a Premier League player. We'll see how we go. In terms of my ins that I spent money on, Bruno Manzo is a guy that people may have remembered I scouted at Arsenal, said, oh, this kid could be decent. We needed a backup right back because outside of Lowton, we had nobody. Bruno Manzo, though, cheap, 900k. We've got to make him pop on him. Melling, we signed on transfer deadline day. Melling just is a great fullback, automatic on support, can do everything that you need. International player for Norway, played for Calgary in the Serie A, decent, played at Rosenborg, he's always been there or thereabouts at the level. I feel like this guy can come in, step up and do a job. We have a few fullbacks here on the left that just aren't good enough. Danny Drinkwater, I think, is the absolute bargain so far of the transfer window. Transfer listed there from Spurs after you left Chelsea. He went to Spurs, 6 mil. The guy's quality, box-to-box midfielder. I've given him vice-captaincy. He's a decent Premier League player already. We're pretty happy with that. Sissoko, we also needed a winger. Once again, I went with Premier League people, Premier League quality that have been around in the Premier League that are going to help us do a job to achieve what we need to do this season to give us a base to build on for next season. Sissoko's one of those guys. He comes in, massive amount of Premier League experience. Obviously coming from Spurs as well. Decent at what he does. Got number 7 because he's going to be their winger this season. Obviously he's played at Lyon last season. Wasn't the best. Played at Burnley. Had a decent year at Burnley. Spurs obviously played lots of years. 30 million, by the way, Spurs paid for him. Newcastle as well. Many games in the Premier League. Sissoko could be the guy. Geordie Classy was one of the signings I didn't make that the club actually spent money in. Geordie Classy, though, looks like a very good rotation option. He's been capped 17 times by Holland, so obviously of quality. Had a really good year at Firewood. Had a loan season last season where he played 31 games and the club went in and paid money for him on the back of that loan. I don't think that he's of the level for the Premier League. However, I feel like as a backup player off the bench, he can definitely do a job. Callum Wilson, back at Bournemouth, back where he belongs. Playing him as a poacher because of his pace and that, and I think Joshua King's just a little bit better as an advanced forward. Callum Wilson's going to be great. Had a good pre-season on big money in terms of wage, but, paid pretty cheap fee for him in the end, 15 mil. And Ryan Sessegnon, the Wonder Kid. I never, ever got to use Ryan Sessegnon any football manager so far. So when this guy had a release fee there at Fulham that we kind of we didn't meet it. We're paying like 16 to 23. I think his release fee was 30. I would have met it as a winger, bombing up and down, getting him the train to be more accomplished or more natural in that deeper winger role. This guy is going to grow into an absolute beast and it'll be okay. In terms of the team, we will be playing 4-4-2 and we have some depth as well. Apadou wouldn't be able to play. This is what our best 11 looks like, I do imagine. Apadou ineligible because they're obviously on loan there from Chelsea, so we will bring Nord in there. I want to really change his name, Harvard Nord the Vit, to like Nord, but we'll just keep nicknaming him the Nord. Will come into the bench. The press reckons this guy's our best player. I doubt that highly. But the Nord is not bad. What does the club actually reckon is our best player? Danny Drinkwater, Jack Butland, I was going to say. But the press reckons, if Nord has a good year, you can have a good year. And I was like, yeah, maybe. But this is probably our best 11 here, but some people on the bench you need to think of. But the 4 is a really good leader, will make a lot of appearance off the bench because he's actually of a decent level compared to everybody else here at the club. Has some Premier League experience, definitely look to him. Cassidy, like I said, Luongo and Ponce on the bench. You probably see a lot of Harter and Glover. This guy, though, the 15-year-old is a huge prospect here, and I reckon this guy, give him some game time off the bench in games that you're winning. Give him some game time, in the cups and stuff. By the age of 16, he's going to be at a decent championship level, and then by the time he's 17, he's going to be of a decent Premier League level, and he can grow into a great player, kind of a player that we can look towards and go, we can pinch you at other clubs in the future because you're quality, and because we have a good relationship with him. He's a promising winger, 16 determination. Danny Quinn is going to be the boy, Danny boy. Hopefully you'll see him a bit this season. Hopefully not to go change games, but just in games we're winning. And there we are. But that is your first team here at Bournemouth. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm pretty happy with the squad. I told the stream, I'm going to tell you now, we didn't build a squad to go win the league this season. Obviously, we have 50 mil in the bank. But my theory is if we can turn over a good turnover, we can obviously keep money in the bank as well, get money from this season, which we should be able to meet our goal of finishing mid-table. We're going to have like 70, 80, 90 mil to pump into this team next season, and then all of a sudden we can look to now, after everyone's gelled, in that third season, that fourth season, go try and win the Premier League, which is obviously the goal to move on to Burnley next. Anyway, that is the team, like I said. Let's get into it here against Stamford Bridge, and off we go. A lot of transfers to talk about. Very well calculated and well thought out transfers, as well as we get a follow there in Sherlock Get your Alan Padres out. There we go. If you ever want to follow the stream, links in the description below. Go click it. Go follow it. If you're liking the episode so far, go give it a like. Where you watching from, Sherlock? Good to see you in the chat. Anyway, Kepa in goals. It's Blue Coat Skinya as a new signing from Christensen and Kyron Tyrini, obviously. Chamcho's not bad. Kante Barella's a new signing. That's interesting. I think Barella's like a pretty good young Italian that grows into like a world-class midfielder. He is. Willian, Hazard, and Morata. Obviously, we're going to go do what we always do, which is we're going to go and press teams, show no respect, have faith for them. I'm worried that Fry won't be able to make 90, but it's good to have Nord on the bench, and we'll see how things go. If you are in the Twitch chat, obviously there is a link to my YouTube, which we're currently filming for. Go and check that out. Anyhow, score predictions in the chat. If I had to predict this, I say that we're going to be plucky. It's going to be a tough game, and if we don't win, it won't be the end of the world. Hopefully, they remember Callum for what he did at Chelsea, even though he really didn't play too much. But I predict it's going to be a tough game, and it's either going to go one or two ways. We're going to be in it for the whole 90, and we'll give Chelsea a game of their lives, or they're going to get on top of us, and it's going to be a goal fest. But we'll score as well, because I feel like our quality's there anyway. On the break, I feel like we're going to be not too bad, and we actually got enough work rate in the middle of that field to do a good enough job, and hopefully we'll be alright. Anyway, Tonelli on the ball, inside, Heidemann can pick a pass. Danny Drinkwater, who will be captain today, looking long, not to no one in particular though. He wasn't really looking to play Josh King, who will press, force Kepa long, which is fine. Tonelli wins, flick on there, but no one in particular. Can we win it again, Danny? He does. Sessegnon now, winning the second balls, where we would need to be. Sessegnon though, goes on a run and gets crunched. Didn't really find a pass, and there's Bluey Quetta there in the Willian, and Sessegnon has tracked him well enough, but a good ball into Kante in the middle of the park, and off goes Kante. Good ball through to Morata, first time, Butland there sprawling to his right. In the end, Morata puts it wide, massive chance for Chelsea early doors. But 20 minutes played, I was about to say 0-0, Melling with a corner in backstep, Wilson doesn't win. It will fall to Sessegnon, who should be able to wheel around here and find a pass. Beats his man just about. Finds Tonelli. Can we keep? Sessegnon again. Can he get a ball in? Doesn't. Drinkwater now. Into Heidemann. He loses out. Off go Chelsea again. I'm worried now. Morata. Ball to Hazard. Don't want to let this guy shoot. Butland, great save though at his near post. Would take a draw. Don't care. You know, it's all about trying to pick up points where we can. And at the moment, not too bad. Hazard's ball in. Sissoko heads away. Only as far as Willian can hit. Sissoko charges it down. Hazard coming back from an offside position. Apparently not. Then the cross is blocked. And the pressure isn't over here with a throw. Hoping the highlight ends. It does. Not been the best 20 minutes in terms of creating much. But we've been okay. We've been solid. And I'm going to tell the boys, go out there, get creative. Trust yourself. All it takes is just a couple of combinations in the middle of the park. And get a ball in over the top. We'll be okay. Hazard's ball in though. Backstreet Christensen on the volley. It's a great goal there from Andreas Christensen at the back post. What a ball from Hazard. 26 minutes in. We deserve to be 1-0 down, and rightfully so. And there we go. Hazard puts it in, and it is 1-0. Great volley from Christensen as well. And there we are. Skip that. Off we go. 28 minutes played. Kepa. Now, this is where we don't want to concede a second. And off we go. But if we can press up and win this second ball, which we've done here, we've done all right. Melling. Go back to Butland. Butland goes long. We don't have the biggest physical height, but King might get there. Doesn't. Might fall to him though. King's in here. Big chance. A little bit of luck. Joshua King comes in. He celebrates. The guy that is unhappy. I forgot to show you that, but he is unhappy because the club is getting relegated. They got relegated and now back. Pull your head in. You played 160 games for the club. King scores 1-1. Hopefully he realises that he has now scored here in the Premier League. Bit lucky. Tyrini heads it into Christensen to score the goal. Falls to King. Doesn't make no mistake though. What a finish. And it is 1-1, and off we go. Second shot of the game goes in. We'll take that. And that's all it is a little bit of work rate, and we're back in the game. Anyway, ball in, Kante heads. Skriniar hasn't known nothing about that, and it's fallen to Chamcho, and he scored on his debut. And from a set piece, it's 2-1. Watch New Football Manager. Another season, another set piece conceded. And there we are. Hazard there. Good ball in. Headed back across from Kante. Actually hit number 4, which is Fry. He's not 100% match fit, but he's on paper our best centre back. Anyway, Skriniar there into Christensen. Can we press up here and maybe force him to go long, win that second ball, we can create. Anyway, Christensen back to Kepa. Kepa now looking in the Skriniar. Skriniar's ball there, out there to Willian. Willian now running inside. Ball over the top. Hazard's there. Hazard with it. Hazard, Butland, great save. And there we are. Giving Hazard a little bit too much room on that left-hand side to really get in behind. But at the same time, hasn't done too much with it. In the end, Morata gives away a free kick. At half-time, we'll make a change, maybe to show Hazard just wide every time, which is probably what we should do anyway. But at half-time, 2-1 down, in a game that we've not been great in, I'll take it. And there we are. It's been not too bad so far. Half-time there, 2-1 down. I'm going to tell the boys to show me something else. I'm going to go to the opposition and just show Hazard onto his left foot. He's less dangerous on that left foot. And there we are. I actually don't mind showing Willian onto his right foot either, because he always wants to come inside, even though he is right-footed. There we are. I think Willian can hit it with both feet, to be honest. There we are. Right only. Never mind. Well, I think in FIFA terms, he's actually got a good weak foot. I don't know. Don't play enough FIFA to even find out. Anyway, Heidemann, and off we go. Just, if we can stay at 2-1, stay competitive, it'll be alright. Hazard's ball in, Skriniar's there. Do we want to pick up from a set piece? It's 2 set pieces now. Well, 2 free kicks and a corner, and they've all gone in. We haven't conceded from open play. Interfering with play, maybe those two, by the way. Blocking off in an offside position. Interesting. Christensen doesn't really interfere. It's fine. It's all good. He was in an offside position, though. 53 minutes played. Getting a little bit humbled here. Sissoko's not had his best game. I'm going to get the youngster Quinn in before he gets sent off. Daniel Quinn can go out there. I'm also going to make another change to get the 4 on for Heidemann, just to get a little bit of leadership, a little bit of, an experienced head in the middle of the park. And if we can get 1 before the 75th, maybe we'll be okay. The ball towards Quinn wasn't the best, but Lowton now. Quinn can maybe make a run here, the young 15-year-old making his debut. Over the top, into Quinn, the youngster, whips it in. What a ball. Danny Drinkwater, Quinn off the bench, the 15-year-old. What an assist. Drinkwater scores on his debut. And there we go. 61 minutes in, 3-2 here in the first Premier League game here against Chelsea. And there we are. Lowton there. Good ball to Quinn. Great touch to set himself. What a ball to pick him out. Kepa's just left helpless with that ball. Danny Drinkwater scores. And 63 minutes played. We are still in this game. We have not been at our best, but we're in here, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, Kepa goes long towards Tyrini. Tyrini now running with it. Still with Tyrini. Anyone want to pick him up? Ball into Morata to win it. Morata Butland to my days. What a save. Sherlock Pog chat. Yep, get it in the chat. Get your Pogs in the chat. Hazard, ball in. Do we concede from this set piece? We don't. Wilson, we could break here though. King's up with him. Go Callum. You're quick. Go Callum. Keep going. What a tackle from Azpilicueta. Big challenge. And off we go. 70 minutes played. It's a corner. It's Hazard. Are we going to concede another set piece? Ball in. Christensen head off the line. Lowton. Oh my days. Don't know how it's not gone in. Hazard. Danny Drinkwater. Away. And there we are. Don't know how that's not gone in. But it hasn't. Session's not had his best game. Wilson hasn't either. Luongo has scored plenty of goals in pre-season. Do I dare bring him on? Late doors. Or do we bring in Ponce? Ponce or Luongo? Ponce is definitely a better player, but Luongo's scored in pre-season a heap. 4 goals in 4 games. Ponce, not so much, I don't reckon. 1 in 3. And an average of 8. Going to get him out there. But we're not going to get him as a poacher. I'm going to get him as a complete forward on attack. Bring others into play whilst doing what you can do too. And off we go. 80 minutes play. Longo's going to come and make his debut. Ponce will get his game time. Don't worry. He will calm down eventually. 87 minutes play. Can we find one? It's a highlight, but it's Hazard. I'm going to tell the boys to push forward from now on as well. And go very attacking. But there we are. Hazard's ball in. Headed away. Falls to Morata to win it. Never mind. Game over. We concede 4 goals from 4 set pieces. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. Because they haven't opened us up too badly. They opened us up a couple of times and Butland bailed us out. And then us, on the other hand, haven't been too bad as well. It's just horrible. Anyway, 93 minutes played, basically. It's going to finish 4-2. Crazy game to start in the Premier League. There's some positive to take out of here. We slotted 2 against Chelsea. We didn't concede from open play. And if we just switch on a bit from set pieces, this could have been a very, very interesting game. As I said, it could have either been us being really close, really tight, or it's going to be a goal fest. We've had a goal fest. Unfortunately, on the wrong side of a goal fest. But we had a goal fest, nonetheless. Anyway, a 4-2 loss to Chelsea. It's not the way you want to start. We're pretty open. Unlucky, boys, is what we're going to tell them. And it's okay. But from me, from episode 25, from our first season here with Bournemouth in season 3 of DAMMO Does England, it is another episode done. Links are in the description below. Go follow and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as always. And from Damien from Bournemouth, I'll see you next time for episode 26.